This slide is called The Beginning of an Era, The Beatles. The Beatles started off as a British quartet and came of age in the year 1960. Principal members were John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. These were not always the exact members of the band. There are other members such as Stuart Sutcliffe and Pete Best. Pete Best later was replaced by Ringo Starr. Having their first performance together in Liverpool in 1957 created the music that focused on a style of bohemian. John Lennon, also known in full as John Winston Ono Lennon, born October 9, 1940, died December 8, 1980. Leader or co-leader of the British rock band, he was an author, graphic artist, solo recording artist, and a collaborator with Yoko Ono on a recording studio and other art projects. Lennon was separated from his parents and lived with his aunt. He lost his uncle and mother, but this didn't come as a surprise due to being in the middle of World War II. The loss of his family members created an idea of a needing connection, allowing him to create George Harrison, born February 25, 1943 through November 29, 2001. He was an English musician, singer, songwriter, and music and film producer. He became famous by being the lead guitarist and occasional lead vocalist. He was given the nickname the Quiet Beatle for the idea that he was always quiet, but he also knew how to keep a room together. Harrison embraced Indian culture and helped broaden the scope of popular music. After the band broke up, Harrison released a triple album where he produced his best single, My Sweet Lord. Sir Richard Snarky, also known as Ringo Starr, was born July 7, 1940, up until now, the present. Starr is afflicted by a life-threatening illness in his early childhood, causing him to be hospitalized and always having this idea and fear of having to go back. He joined a band called the Hurricanes, eventually quitting when he was asked to join the Beatles to replace Pete Best in 1962. When the Beatles broke up, he didn't end his career. Starr released singles. One was included in the top 10 called It Don't Come Easy. On this slide, we talk about the backstory of the Beatles. They were known as an English rock band formed in Liverpool in 1960. Despite all the members that were in the band, the most known members were John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. They began to develop in the 1960s counterculture and popular music recognition as an art. Their sound incorporated elements such as classical music and traditional pop. They eventually explored more music in the sense of ballads, Indian music, psychedelics, and hard rock. This aspect sparking recording studios and allowing for the Beatles to become leaders of the youth eras, as well as face social cultural movements, allowing them to have such an influence over the people. On this slide, we talk about the breakup of the band. The Beatles eventually broke up due to the loss of the love for performing and creating songs. This decision was made in January 1969 when Paul McCartney realized his bandmates had no expression when they were asked the question if they still wanted to perform. With this feeling, he felt there was no support from the bandmates anymore and no one wanted to continue on with their journey that they had created and the influences that they have left with their fans.